Oh, welcome to Sonya Podcast. So we are talking about grief. What does grief mean to you? Um, for me, I basically lost a lot of people in my life, including my parents, grandparents, aunts, uncles, a child. Um, best friends, one of my best friends. So I have lost a lot in life, and there was times when I got really, really depressed. And there's times now I still get really depressed losing my mother because, that was so hard for me. And some days it's still hard for me. And there are just a lot of times where things are, really hard, losing family and just losing people, period. So losing a child and your parents, you take that very hard. Your grandparents, anybody that's really close to you, you take it really hard. And I took it really hard. I've been in a lot of deep depressions, really dark days for me, a lot of times. And grief for me is I'm numb to it. I'm very numb to grief. I have really no emotions no more. I don't do funerals no more. I don't go to grave sites. I just don't do it anymore because I'm truly numb to it, because I done lost so much. I'm just numb to it. But I'm going to let you hear other people who have things to say. So give me 1 second. How they feel about grief. This young man you hear about grief is very, very special to me. He belongs to me, so he's going to tell you about his grief.
For me, I understand that, we don't, nothing dies. We are all, light beings and that carry, energy. And even, what people may call God, I call the source, or the creator, and that's that, and that's the energy, that's the primordial energy, so it's I understand, when I lost my brother, he didn't, he passed over, he came here for his experience. Hopefully he accomplished what he needed to accomplish. And, he moved on to a new experience. So I understand that this is just temporary, all of us being here is temporary. So when you understand that, okay, well, when people pass, they don't really pass. Some people, some spirits, they still remain here. So it's just, I understand it on a deeper level. But it is tough, as the person that's still being here, with the loss, so it's still hard to handle, especially when you have memories and you have photo memories, you have videos and stuff like that. So it still is, you still feel, a sense of what just lost. You know, you still feel like, you know, you lost something, like a part of you. But then you realize, but then that's when, you know, you do your studies and you understand that, okay, well, you know, he didn't really go away. You know, I still could call on him if I want to, you know, with the right, you know, just tapping into certain, you know, to the universe and you know, and, you know what I'm saying, and dealing with that, like, you know, you still can talk to, you know, these, you know, that spirit, you know, so, that's just how I look at it, but it's still, again, it's still tough.
So you heard that, young man. So I'm going to also let you hear my BFF.
Hi, BFF. Well, I'm still grieving. I lost my dad March 7th. I said March 7th, March 17th. He slipped and fell in the tub, and he didn't die right away. When they took him to the hospital, he was in a coma for like 3 days, and then he woke up. Then he was doing pretty well. He was okay, I would say, and his breathing wasn't doing well. They say he had pneumonia and meningitis on top of the 4. So he recovered from the pneumonia and the infection. It was trying to get out. Then his breathing was acting up. Then they were saying something about his kidneys. He had bad kidneys because he had blood pressure. It just spiraled downhill, and he ultimately passed 30 days from when he slipped and fell on February 17th. He died March 17th. So yeah, I'm still grieving. I'm still going through it because it was too fast. I'm still in disbelief. My mom, on the other hand, I can never get over her death. Like, I took her death way harder. I think because of the closeness, and I think about her often. I talk like she's here. I talk to her like she's here. You know, I speak to her like she's here. Any good things or bad things, she knows already. I talk to her like she's here. But the thing is, she suffered. She suffered. So it was kind of like I didn't want to see her suffering, but I wanted her to stay here on earth and for her to heal and get better. But I mean, they took off one leg, and 7 years later took off another leg, and then they wanted to cut some more. She was tired, and she really suffered. But she died from vascular disease. She had bad circulations in her veins, and she was a smoker. She smoked those cigarettes. She couldn't let it go. So, but yeah, losing them too was super hard. Super hard. And losing Grandpa, I lost Grandpa years ago. It's hard. It's a day-to-day thing. I pray a lot. If it wasn't for prayer and family, I don't know. I don't know, but I just wouldn't know. I probably would never smile again. I probably wouldn't. But as they say, life goes on. But they go on, and we got to go on because we have no choice. We have no choice but to go on, and we just got to pray and talk and cry if we have to. Because I cry. I hear a song and I cry sometimes. So, it's day to day, and grieving is a process. It's a process, and it's not one shoe fit all. Everybody grieve differently. Some people grieve and some people cry all the time. Some people never cry. Some people just don't show their feelings, which is not good. I don't think that's good to hold that in. So I let it out. So, it makes me feel better when I let it. It doesn't make me feel good crying, but it makes me feel better per se. And I exercise and I try to get that little stress down, stuff like that. But yeah.
So you heard my BFF. She's telling you about how hard it was for her. I'm gonna let you hear a few more people.
Thank you for joining me. 3, 2, 1. Good morning.
How are you doing?
Good afternoon. I'm okay, and you?
Oh, good. I'm just sitting here listening to different people, what's the next one that came up, and so the question is grieving, and what do I think about it is the next step to being closer to the Lord. Yes, in my 64 years, I have lost quite a few people, but it wasn't the grief and me going numb. It was me knowing that that was the next level for them. And they are no longer in pain. They are no longer grieving about what they need to do anymore or worry about it. So they're going forward on the next level, and that is being closer to the Lord. So that's my 2 cents of it. And we all was put here for a reason. And after that, we go home and do the next thing. So love yourself and love what's around you and learn what you have learned from them and acknowledge that for yourself. That's what I do.
Thank you for the great advice. And I'm just not there yet. Me personally, I'm not there yet. I love the times we spent. I love the times I had with my family because we were really close. My grandmother, I thought she was the sweetest woman in the whole wide world to me. But I'm not there to where I can truly accept the fact that they're gone. And the fact that it's been years and I'm still understanding that they are in a better place, understanding they're no longer sick, they happy where they, with God and stuff like that. But I guess I'm kind of feel like at this time, there's times I need my mother. Like she was the only person in this world I can talk, and the only person who truly understood me. And it's just, I want to get to where you at. I'm just not there yet.
Okay, well, here's a statement that my grandmother would always say. My mother would ask us to do one of our chores. One time I was going out there to cut wood. My grandmother said, and think about what it is that you are doing. The idea of that is while I was doing that, I had the time to think about enough time to cut that wood, cut enough wood for tomorrow, and then I did it the next day, and until I ended up cutting enough wood for a week. Only because my grandmother said, think about what it is that you are doing. So it's something that I carried myself along the way of what she said. So I never forget that. I never give up the things that she have taught me. Every now and then I heard a voice. I listen to them. So think about what it is that your mother have done for you. And the things that she said to you and asked you to do for her. The things that you have done for her because you wanted to. Grieve on that. Because that is the pleasure and the wisdom they gave you to carry on.
Yes, that's true. I agree with that. And I'm trying to get over my mommy being gone for so long. I really am. And for a long time, like I was saying, I was really...
Embassy, stop getting over it and just have her there with you. She's there with you now. That's why you're not getting over her, because she haven't let you go. You haven't let her go. So enjoy the spirit of within you from her.
Yes. I know I should. I really know I should. I just don't know why I'm not there. And it bothers me because I'm not there. So I don't know why I'm not there.
Stop punishing yourself. Stop punishing yourself. I love me for who I am. And what did mom and dad teach me? What did you get from your grandmother and all the experience that you have from them? No, thrive on that. No, learn from that. I have on my website, learn, unlearn, and relearn the basic relationship you have with yourself.
Yes, the thing is with my grandparents, my grandmother, my grandparents, period. Because my family was so multicultural, my grandparents taught us to not let people define us, no matter how we looked, and to love us. So that I truly believe, that I go with.
Yes.
So
my mother also says, respect your elders, but most of all, respect yourself first.
yes, and that's what I'm truly with that part of us growing up. I'm truly with, when I tell people, no, I can't let you define who I am. I know who I am. But when it comes to grieving, I get lost in that part. Like, I get lost in feelings. Like, I totally get like I have no feelings. So that's where I'm at with the grieving. Like, I need to work on having, not even for myself, because I came to acknowledge that no one's here to stay. I acknowledge that I'm not helpful for my friends who recently had lost people in their lives. And they really needed me, but I couldn't help them because I myself have not accepted and acknowledged the grieving part of my own life, if that makes sense.
Yes. And by you saying that right now to the world, you already have acknowledged yourself more now than you ever did before.
Thank you. And so I really want to help them. I really, like, someone just text me, they lost a family member, and all I can say is my condolence. And they was like, well, I really need to talk to you, but I can't because I don't know what to say. I don't know. I can listen to them, but that's all I can do is listen. But I think when you listen to people grieving, they need more than that. It's okay to listen, but you need to feel like, someone's truly there for you. Someone really cares for you. Someone understands what you're going through.
I have an exercise that I call withholds. And the person sitting across from you, excuse me, is taking all the withholds. And when you're done with each one, they said thank you without any close
Thank you, Dr. Robertson. I really appreciate talking to you. We're actually talking.
So that was Dr. Robertson. Y'all heard what he had to say. I'm going to bring another young man on here. This is Alejandro. Give me 1 second.
How are you?
Doing well.
That's good. Do you want to share with me about the grief? What does that mean to you?
Sadness and depression. That's what it means. I have lost a former classmate 2 years ago. Like, I was almost not really the last one to see her alive, but like sort of, but she had a bright future ahead of her, and it all ended in a huge flash, and she's not here with us no more.
Yeah, that's very sad.
It's kind of broken our hearts, this generation of mine, but we will pull through and we will get through this. Because to me, I wish I could have just held her hand or danced with her, something, before it all ended.
Now, don't make me cry.
I'm not trying to.
I know. But go ahead.
If I do, it's not because of you. It's because of how bad we're hurting.
I'm a silent and ugly crier at the same time. Like, I'll cry silently, but
Like,
then if it really
we all
hits me,
graduated. It was beautiful, and then I thought we would all live to be grandmas and grandpas. But when I looked up one of my former classmates' names, thinking, let's see how she's doing, I had gotten word that she had passed. It was heartbreaking to me. It really was. I couldn't sleep that night.
take your time.
And thank you. It was really hard for me to get through it because I really didn't know something like this would happen to her. I really didn't imagine. I thought she'd be good to go. Next time I would see her, she'd be the queen of the hood. But now she's in God's hands, and there's nothing I can do about it.
Yes, but you can keep her memories, and I think you do.
She died coming home. She died on her way home. She hit the concrete barrier that divides the highway.
Wow.
Burst into flames. The whole car. She didn't pull through.
Go ahead.
Am I making you cry? I'm not trying to.
No.
This is my former classmate I lost.
I know. I'm not crying. Like I said earlier, I get numb to grief, and I can understand exactly what you're going through, and I just wish I can tell you more, but I can't. I just have to listen to your story.
Well, thank you for being a great listener.
Thank you.
Yeah, and I thought one day she was going to be the queen of the hood, and I'd be able to drive up to her hood, and she'd be walking down that long street, and she'd be like, and all her, like, bodyguards are pointing their guns at me, and they're like,
boys, let them through. But now all I can do is just drive on through. You know?
Yes.
She wanted to be the queen of the hood, and she wanted to help the homeless.
That's wonderful. That's wonderful.
Last time I saw her, I sometimes I wish I could have saved her. Wish I could have told her, don't get your license. Don't drive.
She would have had to drive someplace.
But I just had a feeling in my heart that she was going to do awesome. She was going to be this amazing person that I, didn't need to worry for,